How's it get better? Look at the gutsy cut. Perfect pass. Where are you going to throw it better?
I don't think you can.
Yeah, but then that's number 19. That's Darnell Thompson. You know, he had the guts to stay in there, catch that pass, and it's the thing we talk about again. That's just another one of the stable of thoroughbreds we have out there at wide receiver.
Yeah, that's number 99, Basped, coming off the field for them. He's a big guy. He's playing defensive end today, and I think they probably could use him on the field, so that might be an advantage for the Kings to not have him on the field. He walked off on his own power, so it looks like he's going to be okay. So we don't know the extent of it. Kings take the ball, handoff. McCutcheon swallowed up, gets about 1 yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
Yeah, he hit in there, but you know what? He slowed down a little bit right before the contact, which there's nothing else he could do. I mean, it wasn't going to happen, but it does seem that possibly our running backs are not quite as confident with the offensive line knocking the people off the ball. Those are big, strong guys in there, so that's what I'd like to see. Maybe we can start pushing those big defenders back a little bit.
So it's going to bring up second down, about 9 yards to go. Kings working from their own 35-yard line. Cruz takes a snap, looks left, floats it over the top. Got a man, makes the catch right at the marker.
First down.
That's Pierre Coliver on the reception.
And now watch the right guard pull out. Missed him a little bit. The right guard pulled out with number 73. He was able to pull out and pick up the edge rusher. That's good footwork. That's good ability. And that was a nice play there by our right guard, Andrew Pina.
Pina's been all over the field this year. He's been making great plays.
Well, and especially there, too, because you're coming out and you're picking up, and they've been putting some pretty good pressure on us. So that was a nice job to give the quarterback enough time. And I'm not sure what they're discussing here because it should be a first down, one would think, if you were a King anyway.
As the Kings break the huddle, there's no ball on the ground.
Well, that could be the problem. Okay, here comes the official. He's going to explain this. By hand signals, of course. Personal foul. There you go.
So they're going to tack on another 15 yards against the Fury. That's going to give the Kings a pretty good field position in Fury territory. I think that the refs may be just trying to calm these teams down so that there aren't any more personal fouls and calling them when, I didn't see that hit out of bounds. It looked like he, made contact, but I didn't see a major blatant hit.
Yeah, we'll take it. That's a biggie.
Hands the ball off right up the middle.
Is that our guy France in there for his first carry of the game?
No, that's McCutcheon on the carry.
There we go.
Gets about 1 yard on the gain. Now, running the ball is not necessarily going to give you big chunks of yardage every time, but it's going to wear down the defense. It's going to make them play honest on the passing coverage. So do you see that as what the Kings are doing at this point?
Well, yeah. I mean, everything you say is completely true. I mean, what running the ball will do is also keep your linebackers in so they can't drop. That makes them less likely to come underneath where crossing patterns or short hooks, stuff like that. And it will slow down your pass rush also.
4 wide shotgun set. Cruz takes a snap, fakes the handoff, steps up in the pocket, rolls to the right. Got a man, makes the catch. That's Katron Barquette with the stiff arm, and he's rumbling. He's not even afraid. He gets down to about the 10-yard line. There's about 7 Fury defenders on him, and he still gets it up there.
And look at him get to the open spot, too. Great job by Cruz keeping the game alive. Makes a couple of quick moves there. Yeah. Now, if a couple of other Kings receivers could have got off over in there and thrown a block over there, that could have possibly helped him get another yard.
Yeah, Deshaun Salgado was up there a little bit deeper on the field, but he couldn't really get in there because Katron had them all on his back at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Kings got the ball deep in Fury field position on the 11-yard line. Cruz takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, making it run for himself, throws an underhand to the end zone. That's good for a Kings touchdown.
Sports Center.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
What is
Katron Barquette with the reception. Take a look at this, folks.
Underhand.
He gets bottled up. He can't even throw it over his hand. He switches hands with the ball and throws it right up the middle. And Katron with those soft hands makes the catch.
That's the best play so far that scored. You remember a few games ago, he threw one behind his back.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
That was uncanny, and I think that they were just trying to make something crazy happen.
That one,
but that
unfortunately,
play
didn't
in itself, you see that little shuffle pass like that. That's a la Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre.
Yes.
These guys have been known to do that when they get in trouble and the pocket's collapsing on them. They're rolling out to the side. They got a man that's close enough that they can throw these little underhand or shovel passes, and it was not probably a planned play, but they improvised and scored a touchdown.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't planned.
Paul Dickey lines up for the extra point. Kick is down. Kick is blocked. Ball is bouncing all over the place.
And they're going to give us 2 for that.
They're going to give us 2 points.
Which makes up for the 2 points they got, although they had to run 100 yards for it.
Exactly. So some sloppy play. Let's look at this. He jumps up, makes the block. Ball bouncing all over the place. No one can pick it up, and then Kings land out in the end zone.
Less than a touchdown behind. This is good. This is good. I tell you what, because again, as I mentioned, our opponents have had 5 games where they won by less than 2 touchdowns. We're used to blowing people out, and that happens when you have a team that is athletically so good, so superior, that they run into a little adversity sometimes. What is going on there, Ray?
It looks like they're trying to figure out whether that's a score or what. I don't know if there's a penalty on the play.
Well, the question is, if you block it, and then if you block it and then the offense picks it up, can they then run in and have it count as 2 points? So that I think that would be the question that they're having.
Referee warning the Fury to stay back off the field here.
And I hope the Fury disregard his warning and keep standing out there yelling at him. Throw the flag. Throw the flag.
He's giving him a warning.
So anyway, getting back to what I was saying is that, when you have a team that has been bigger and more athletic than the people we've been playing, well, then lots of times you just win. And you can develop, we're not like that, but you can develop the bully attitude. And then all of a sudden you get smacked in the face, figuratively, of course. Then how do you respond to that? Well, we've responded well thus far. This is exciting. Here we go.
So it looks like they're going to line up to try the extra point again. I'm not sure exactly what happened to get us to this point.
Unless they blew the whistle or something like that.
Maybe there was offsides or something to that effect. So Dickey set to kick off or kick up the extra point.
Yeah, that's defense. So if they called out the right end move, but the right defensive end to our right, their left defensive end jumped and got us to move. That's on them. That's half the they called it on us. That's bad call. That is a bad call. Let's run that again. Watch to our right, their left defensive end. Watch him jump. No, we didn't catch it in time.
I saw it, though, Randall.
He completely jumped, and that rule in the old days, they changed that rule. Here we go again.
We're going to try for the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is no good. It's wide right. So that's going to bring our score to Kings 12, Fury 17.
Yeah, I'm not going to get that upset with a bad call because he's still 5 yards. You should still be able to hit that. So, well, I can complain. Oh, if it hadn't been for the 5 yards, they'd have made that. No, but that is something again. The point is, if the defensive guy flinches or jumps across and the offensive guy moves, that's the defensive penalty. Because we go back last game where Cruz just got nailed. That's because the defensive guy jumped, offensive guy let him go, which he shouldn't do. The offensive guy didn't jump on that. He come in, lowers his head, knocks our quarterback out onto the ground, and that's the point. That's why they have to call that, because if the defensive guy jumps like that, the offense has to respond to protect their guys in the backfield.
So with that score, makes the Kings 12, Fury 17. No extra point, no 2-point conversion on that play. Kings drove the ball down. One penalty in their favor that got them an extra 15 yards towards the end of that. But they got in. They scored the touchdown with that beautiful shovel pass. We'll see. This game's closing. They were closing the distance on them. We got a 5-point lead for the Fury. 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter. A whole lot of game to play still. Dickey kicks off. That's a good kick. Can be received at the 4-yard line. Takes it up the right side, makes a cut to the left, meets a whole team of Kings there, and gets dropped about the 30-yard line.
That was pretty good. I mean, they got back to the 30, right? So you always want to hold them down into the 20. But I'll tell you what, that running back, or the kick returner, he saw a seam and he accelerated into it. And our guys were still in their lanes and did a pretty good job of stopping him. I thought for a second he might break some bigger yardage, but it was not bad discipline, not bad execution on our kickoff team.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it took on that play.
Yep.
And we stayed in our lanes, stayed in our spots, filled the gaps, and made the tackle when it came right down to it. And you're right, he saw a seam and he started to accelerate up there right up until he met 3 Kings players and stopped in his tracks.
Yeah, we got Michael Hutcherson at right defensive end here. He's a tight end. He's lining up outside here. Gets off on the ball, gets upfield. Coming in on him.
Pump fake, got a man way down deep down the field. Oh, just overthrows him. Anthony Toomer on coverage. Got a step on him actually on that play, and we're lucky that wasn't passed a little bit softer there. That was Jared Dixon on the intended receiver on the play.
Yeah, and that was a long pass, right? So the quarterbacks had to stay in the pocket a little longer, and right after he threw it, the right defensive end we mentioned earlier got into him. Here he says, steps up, throws it, got to him, just a little bit too late. And that's the deal, where you were talking about when you need to bump and run them. The only problem is that when you get people up close, then you can run into problems over the top like that.
He's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 31-yard line.
We got to get to the quarterback.
Throws it right over the middle, makes a big hit right on him right there. It was a clean hit. He's still down. He's just now getting up. That's Ben Emu. Big Ben Emo.
One of our favorite guys out there. Good sportsmanship too, right? Picks it up. Of course, it's a little easier to be a good sportsman when you just knock the p-heck out of someone.
I don't know what p-heck is, but we're going to roll with it, Randall.
Yeah,
Bring up 3rd down and about 5.5 yards to go here. Kings looking to make a big stop here. We got to cover those slant routes, those post routes, and get some pressure in on that quarterback. They haven't got to him yet today. Once they do, I think it's going to change this thing up a little bit.
Well, they can't get to him because he's unloading real quick. Show him blitz inside. They picked it up well. They're held.
Intercepted.
There we go.
Takes it up. He's got some blockers in front of him. Goes out. That's Jerome Williams on the interception. He throws it right. Quarterback got pressure in his face, threw it over the middle. Receiver was not ready. You'll see him as he comes out here. And Jerome just steps up and makes that interception. Looked like a pass directly to him.
And watch our right end. They held him, right? So they're holding on to that. He's held on to him. He's held all the way. And that's a good thing because if they hadn't held him, he might have got a sack. So that was a good play all around. We were on him. We had guys. Our rush was on him. The offensive line was holding our guy, which is good because then that gave the quarterback enough time. He was pressured, but he was unloaded it into the defensive back's hands. 1st down, Kings.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. You get some pressure in on that quarterback. He can make some mistakes, and the Kings can capitalize. Again, as I was saying earlier, Kings get an interception or fumble recovery every game. Cruz takes a snap, fakes the handoff, pump fake, throws it down to the right side. Got a man. He throws his own interception. He gets dropped down at the 1-yard line.
Wow, that was good coverage.
That was great coverage on the play. That's Elder, number 2, on the coverage there.
And what you see there is that's the guy over the top. That was a real smart play. He wasn't the guy in coverage originally. The receiver ran away from the underneath coverage, and that's where we talk about it before. When the guy comes over the top, you go, how did he not see him? But you see that all the time. That was not the defensive back the quarterback was keying off of. He came over the top. He's playing deep center field, and the quarterback did not see him. That's one of those things where that great soft touch that our guy Cruz has is not as a liability in that case, because it lets that guy playing deep center field, just reacting to the ball, lets him come over the top. That's where you need a little harder pass, but that was not the opportunity in that case to make a good hard pass.
Yeah, Pierre Colover was the intended receiver on that play, and I don't think he saw the man coming over, so he didn't really jump to try to catch it at the peak or anything of that nature. Kings line up on defense here. Got them pinned back deep in their own territory.
Good place to get them.
Don't even show much pressure. It's a screen pass. Gets taken down about the 10-yard line. We spot him at the 11.
Good swarming defense, not making the tackle, but getting over there is big Paul Stevens, number 99. That's good hustle. And but he was, I don't know who got him originally, but that was good hustle from a defensive lineman to make sure the running back wasn't going to go any further, or the ball carrier.
It's going to bring up second down and about 2 yards to go here from their deep in their own territory, about the 11-yard line. Kings stayed disciplined on that play. They did not try to overdo it, try to pressure the quarterback too hard. The Fury drew up that screen pass, which would have been very bad if we would have pressured a lot up the middle. Hands the ball off, bounces to the outside, got a whole bunch of Kings defenders in his face. That's going to be good for a loss there. That's going to bring him down to about the 7-yard line and bring up third down.
Yeah, that was third. That was well, I thought it was 13 that got up there. That's the number that we're seeing, 13. That's what we have is Brian Stogsdill, the quarterback. I'm not sure who's playing at number 13, but he did a good job. He got upfield, was able to keep the quarterback inside. The quarterback then had to bounce out, and what we liked there was the pursuit, was the rest of the Kings getting there. So 13 we have down as the quarterback. I'm not quite sure who that is, unless it's Stogsdill playing defensive end.
Does not look like Stogsdill, I will say that.
Good stance, too. He knows what he's doing. Comes out the belt, good move.
Hands the ball off up the middle. Gets down about the 16-yard line. That's going to be good for a first down for the Fury.
Yeah, that was a good run for them. That was a good one.
Yeah, he had a lot of room on the left side of his line there. He was able to just step up and move up.
And yeah, what happens there is it was a good outside rush by not the quarterback, number 13. Well, we're not quite sure who that is. Good hard outside rush, and the problem there was a little delay handoff. Guy on the end gets upfield. There opens up a little gap there between him and the interior guys that are trying to push upfield, and the running back hit that gap pretty good and got him out of danger down there.
So the Fury got a little bit of a little breath of fresh air getting out of their end zone there. Start this off 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Fakes the handoff, throws it deep down the right side. Got two wide receivers, got two of us there. There he is again. Makes an interception, takes it to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Kings!
Yeah.
Jerome Williams again with the touchdown.
And in the very end, who are we going to give some credit to there? I love it here. Now what's number 5? What are we doing here? Number 5, Dante Green, threw the last block. That was all the way down by the end zone, right? But he threw the last block to give us the touchdown. Do we have that on a...
So that's going to bring the score to 18-17. Your Kings take the lead by 1 point with 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter of the game.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, yes, I'll go for that. I'm not quite sure if yes, I'll take that, absolutely. And again, you know what I love that is that he was down there, it would have been deep, we probably would end up scoring, but the wide receiver getting down there, or the defensive back, that is what I should be saying, getting down there, throwing the last block. What's going on down here? So we have the quarterback on the sideline, and he's a good level-headed guy. So you're wondering what's happening there. Is he trying to get his football back? That's what happened. They stole our football. Those guys.
Yeah, so looks like they're going to go for 2 on this play and try to take a 3-point lead.
Hey, you know what? And that's a sharp guy right there. He's in charge. He knows what's going on. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's not the football I'm used to using. Where's the football? You mean the Fury took our football to the sidelines? That's a dang good play right there. Good alert play by our quarterback.
Yeah, so this is a tale of 2 quarters here. The Kings have been putting it on here in the second quarter, the second half of the second quarter. A couple early mistakes, but the defense has come through and made some big plays to keep the offense in the game. Again, we see this every time. The Kings seem to be good on special teams, on defense and on offense. So wait till that offense lights up, and it's going to be a show, folks.
Yeah, we got trips down here. Do we got something going?
The trips to the bottom of your field.
Yeah.
McKee in motion to the top of your top. Throws it out there. He's got McKee wide open. Oh, and he hits him helmet to the ball and pops it right out. It's an incomplete for a failed 2-point conversion. Great play, great idea.
Yeah.
He had his man, made the catch, but the defender put his helmet right there on the ball.
Good play by the defender. See, and that's old Mac Daddy, the offensive coordinator over there, trips down here to the bottom, motions up into doubles to the top, and goes to the top. So that was smart. He put some pressure on the defense. Here's the touchdown. No, it's not. I think
there's a good defensive play prior to the interception.
Yes, and we thank you for showing that because that was a good form tackle coming in, hitting the ball, and I suspect that wasn't exactly the replay that was thought that was going to come up.
So after the failed two-point conversion, it still brings the score to Kings 18, Fury 17. 5:50 to go here in the second quarter. It's been quite a game so far, Randall. We've had all different kinds of stuff go on here as far as offensive and defensive plays. I mean, currently, I got to hand it to Jerome Williams. He is definitely the player of the game at this point
Way to go,
with 2 interceptions, one for about a 40-yard return for a touchdown. Incredible play.
Oh, yeah, and I feel good. I feel good about this situation because I didn't want to say this when we were way down, but we traveled 1,000 miles. You talk about it's tough to travel sometimes. We come down here, not quite 1,000 miles, like maybe more like 700, but still on the road like that. They came in piecemeal at different times getting here, so I feel real good about what's happening right now.
Yeah, I think our Kings are in mid-game stride at this point. Dickey to kick off, kicks the ball. It's a deep kick. It's out to the 7-yard line. It's returned.
Not much pressure, though.
He's got a lot of blockers out in front of him. He's got some room. Only Paul Dickey to beat. Dickey trips him up just enough.
We got the ball. Let's see this again. He ripped it out of his hands while he was running. Let's see this again. That was good because that defender, he wasn't on the ground when I saw him with the ball. And, of course, I'm a King. So awful loose. See how loose he's holding it? Awful close.
Yeah, they're going to call him down. He had a hold of the ball, and he definitely ripped it once he hit the ground, but they're going to call him down there.
Yeah. It
still plumps him up quite a bit, and that's great to see. So we don't have any problem with seeing these guys actually get some fury. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
some fire in
except
them.
for that. Except for that now it's on the 40, R40.
So with that great return, it's the Fury's going to take the ball here from the Kings 40-yard line. Kings looking to make a big stop again.
Yeah,
this is offense back on the field or cause another turnover.
This is the time to make a stance, make a statement here, right? 5.5 minutes to go.
4 wide, shotgun set, 1 back. Takes a snap,
blitz.
Pump fake, throws it to the left. Throws it short of his receiver there. Intended receiver was a little ahead of that play there. Looks like his timing might have been a little bit off on that play.
Well, see, that was a pump fake right there, right? So he didn't just unload it right away, and by the time a pump fake, and then by the time he let it go, he had people on him. Now, we did send extra pressure that play, but that's the case. Hey, that's what's a little different than what was happening earlier, was that he's just 1, 2, 3 letting it go. Pump fake there, got some people on him. That's a good thing right there.
Yeah, it was a good play by our defense. They got in there, made him pump fake, I think, and then had a lot more pressure on him by the time he was really ready to release that ball. 4 wide, shotgun set, takes a snap, short pass to the left, got a man. He's going to take it and go out of bounds. They're going to spot him actually at the 27-yard line there.
Yeah, what happened there was the 2 receivers out there. The one receiver started blocking right away, and you got to react to that. When you're a defensive back and you see the guy that you're covering blocking, let's see that again. You got to fly up. The other defensive back needs to fly up and try to get involved a little bit quicker there. It's easy for me to say. I'm sitting up here in the press booth, but that is something you see when one receiver starts blocking for the other one. The defensive back that's covering the receiver that's blocking needs to fly into the picture. Bringing pressure.
Short pass to the sideline. Nice tackle. Got him by the shoestrings there. That's Sean Parker again. He's been all over the field today, too.
Yeah, and the quarterback's not having a lot of time. Now, in that particular play, we brought extra people. We haven't been bringing a lot of extra people, but and that's it. A short run like that, a short pass like that, that means he's not having a lot of time to sit back there, which means receivers can't get way downfield, and that is a good point.
And that might be one of the adjustments we made after that first quarter. We got 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the half.
They are off him, though, you know, from what you were saying about bumping them.
Takes the snap, looks down to the field.
There they
We
go.
got some pressure inside.
Oh, yeah!
There it is. There's a big sack right there. Guess who? Vika Lafau.
That's Vika right there. That's a good play, and that once that starts, once those things starts happening. Look at we got guys all
Yeah,
over him.
Paul Stevens stopping him in the initially, and then there comes Vika with the hard tackle in the backfield. It's going to drop him down the 39-yard line.
Let's see that again if we can, if we have time, because the big thing here is we talk about this all the time, the synergy. You got the defensive ends getting upfield, keeping the quarterback in the pocket, right? But you have to have the big guys coming up the middle. And Paul Stevens, he came up the middle, and he made something happen. So Vika, in this case, lots of times the defensive end that makes a great rush gives it to the defensive tackle. In that case, the defensive tackle gave the sack to Vika.